When you're driving, look at the road.
You're like... Without even looking? Yeah, don't do that.
Hi everyone, this is GuineaDad.
I'm Angelique.
So this is GuineaDad Podcast Episode 3. The topic will be traveling with your guinea pigs. So, obviously traveling with any pet is somewhat stressful for both the parents and the animal. Some of the facilities say it's a guinea pig hotel, or not just guinea pigs, but like dog hotel, cat hotel, whatever. But I've seen some of them. Some of them could be legit, but I guess some of them they just put the dog and cat in the small
It sucks.
small area, right?
There's one in my house, but I don't know if it's good or not.
Actually, when I used to have dog before, so I used to have Siberian Husky, and then my family was traveling, and then we didn't have any like family friends nearby available, so we had to put the Siberian Husky in the hotel, and then we came back like 3 days later. I'm sure it was partially because like dog was so happy to see us, but like it almost felt like it's like almost being released from a prison. She was like super excited. She was going crazy, and then she was like, that kind of made us happy and sad at the same time.
Everyone deals with like when they leave like their pets behind, because I don't know if a lot of you take your pets with you, but some pets aren't made for travel. My husband has 2 dogs, and one of them she just freaks out. Like she acts like she wants to go with you, but then when she goes with you, like she freaks out like when like you're driving. So like she can't be on the road for a long time. Like I don't know what kind of like setup you guys do or what kind of routine you guys have, but like for me, when I would leave my dog behind, or my dogs behind, I would like leave like the radio on, and then like my parents sometimes they would call our house on purpose. Like they would wait for like the voicemail to end, and then they would like talk on the voicemail, so that way when the voicemail comes on, he could hear like voices, like a ring when it like you can talk on it. Do you think they would get scared if they
No.
heard that?
I actually, I used to have pet cam because I was worried about them when I was in Chicago. And then, with the pet cam, you can talk to them. And this is kind of expected. When I talk through the pet cam, Peanut would come to the camera.
Oh, she would?
Yeah, Peanut would come to the camera, and then Tofu and Dumpling wouldn't care. It's kind of typical, right? It's like Peanut was that type of guinea pig. So Peanut would come to the camera, and then I thought that was so cool, right? You wouldn't expect a guinea pig to do that. So, and then I bought another pet cam later, and this wasn't really for traveling, but there are pet cams that can dispense treats.
Really?
Yeah, so you could like...
It must be expensive.
Yeah, like a dog, and then you put like some treats, and then like there are like 6 or 8 slots, and it's gonna like spit it out, right? And then, so I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. Maybe I should buy that, and then maybe test it out with the cucumber pieces or carrot pieces, right?
Yeah.
So I tried it, and then carrot would come out, and then as soon as Peanut knew that treat comes out of there, she would just not leave the pet cam.
She was just like...
she would just, and then she would keep like scratching like under the pet cam, and then but so yeah, I had to take that out. But
she's so smart. Another thing I feel like we should talk about is the guilt you feel when you like leave your pets behind. Like I when I got married, I wanted my dog to come with me, but my parents were like no, because he was like really old at the time, and then they're like he's not gonna be able to like travel that far because they live in California. And I was like, dang. And then like whenever when they came over to like visit me, they were like, man, I feel so bad, like I wonder what he's doing, and like they just can't stop thinking about him. And like I feel like that's like a thing, like all pet parents, like they're just like they'll be having fun, and then they'll be thinking about their pet, like I hope he's okay.
Actually, I came back from a business trip, and then I left for 2 days, right? So of that 2 days, so on the first day in the morning, I obviously cleaned everything, making sure everything is good, and then give them food and water, and everything's full, right? Now obviously give them more so that it wouldn't run out. And then I came back, so another night, so they were essentially alone for less than 48 hours, right? Because they were just alone for one night. And then I come back like the next day super late yesterday, like 11 p.m. and then like make sure. First thing I did when I first come home is clean the cage because I feel bad that they have to live with more of their poop, right?
Yeah.
So first do that, check the water, give them vegetable as soon as I come home. But yeah, like you always worried about them. And then this never happened. This never happened in 5 years. But you know when I went to Korea for like a week or two, and then Sean had to like babysit the guinea pigs.
Yeah.
On the first day I was away, Tofu had hay stuck in her eyes.
Oh my god.
This never ever happened for past 5 years, right? And then Sean came and she said, "Oh, there's something wrong, right?" And then I wasn't.
Were you like panicking? You're like, oh shoot.
No, I wasn't there. Like I was still in the airplane when he texted me. It's like, oh my god, Tofu is like one side of her like face is all wet from the tear, right? When he saw her. And then he was panicking, I guess, because I'm not there. And then he was thinking of going to a vet, but you know, he was like looking at the eye, like examining, and then he saw the small piece of hay, right? So he went to get a Q-tip, and then kind of did that, and then took the hay out, and then it was completely fine.
That's good.
So I mean.
But when you like actually got the text, were you like?
Yeah, he showed me. He had like the video pictures of everything. I was like, wait, what happened? What happened? And he was like, now she's fine. So.
That's scary.
Yeah, that's scary. So.
You know what they have? I saw this thing on TikTok where it was like they have like this app where you can have like dog sitters come and like babysit your dog, and then you just pay for them. But I saw this one like story where like this dog sitter like came, and then he took the dog out for a walk. He let the dog go by accident, and the dog got like attacked or something, and then he brought the dog back and then put it in the cage or whatever, and then like when he left. No, it didn't die, but like when he left, and then when the owner came back, because like they can leave without the owner being there, and then when the owner came back, she was like, what happened to my dog? He has like bites all over his ear and he's bleeding, and he's like, oh, I don't know, he must have like maybe he like ran into his cage or blah blah blah. Like he was like making up all kinds of stories, and I was like, that's why it's like it's so important for you to like leave your pets with somebody you like absolutely trust.
Right.
Do you ever leave Tofu dumpling with anybody else than Sean?
Yeah. I mean, like, you mean here? Because before, when I was in Chicago, like it was my school friends who were taking like, and I'm sure that because I had guinea pigs, all my friends kind of knew how to take care of guinea pigs because they had to babysit them at least for a couple of days.
Yeah.
You know, Sean obviously knew how to take care of them, but here, no, not in Las Vegas yet.
So do you stress out then? Like, what if you and Sean both need to go somewhere?
Right, then, I'll have to ask you, but, that didn't happen yet.
that stresses me out so much, though. Because they're so, like, delicate, so
yeah. I know, it's like, I'm really worried too, but that's why I don't go if, Sean's not here. And then if Sean also has to travel to a business trip, I try to come back in like a day or two at the most.
Oh, something weird that like I don't know if your guys' like pets do this, but whenever like I leave my dog behind, or whenever I would leave my dog behind, he won't even like touch his food, or he won't even like poop or anything until like I come back. Like sometimes we'll be gone for like 4 or 5 days straight. We'll leave food and everything behind, and he won't even eat it. I don't know if it's like he's mad, so he just won't eat till we come back, or I don't know why he does it, but yeah, he used to do that. I mean, he passed away recently, but he used to do that a lot. Like he would just like not eat it, and then as soon as we came back, then he would start eating. I was like, dude, why didn't you just eat? We're gone.
Right. I think it's probably because they're like super stressed.
Yeah.
It's like just you guys not being there, they're probably stressed. I'm not sure if this is appropriate for this video because it's but anyways, I'll say it anyway. So my parent has a dog. I mean 2 dogs, right? Their breed is like Jindo dog. It's like traditional Korean dog, right?
How do they look like?
They look similar to Shiba.
Oh, okay.
But they look, they're bigger and more aggressive looking than Shiba. So we have male and a female, right? You know, and then they were like my parents had them since they were like really little. Now they're super old, but there was a time when, you know, before they got neutered or spayed, right? 친구 is the boy dog, and then 달래 is the, you know, girl dog. 친구 would, you know, kind of go through the puberty, I guess, and then now he knows that, you know, instinct, right?
Yeah.
And then when that kind of time around came, like my parents just, it was like the weekend, right? And then had the 친구 tied to some area, and then like they were planning on getting neutered like after the weekend was passed. But 친구 would not eat. He would just look at the girl dog for like almost 48 hours. He would just not eat. He was just crazy, right? And then, you know, actually we were kind of worried that the neutering wouldn't help. But after the neutering, you know, everything was fine. No, when you said your dog didn't eat, there could be other reasons that dogs don't eat.
It's just him though. He had a sister too, but he outlived her, so it was just him. But he used to always do that. Even when he was like a puppy, we would leave him behind. Then he just wouldn't eat. I think it was because he was stressed, though, like you said. He's probably just like stressed out.
So traveling as a guinea pig parent can be, I think, even more stressful, because, you know, online you see a lot of like dog sitters, cat sitters, but you don't really see guinea pig sitters.
And it feels like when you're a dog, or at least speaking from a dog owner, because I've never had a cat, but sometimes if you're trusting somebody with their dog, you just have to be like, oh, can you go check on them? And then you just have to check on them, give them food, you know, and that's it. And because I used to do that with my dog. Whenever my parents would leave for vacations, and they would like leave him food, and then we would like leave the TV on for him, or like the radio, so he wouldn't feel lonely.
Right.
And then would ask my neighbor, hey, can you check up on him? So like it was like a quick thing, but you know, I feel like probably a little bit more faster than guinea pig.
Right. For guinea pigs, like the thing is, like most people don't know how to take care of guinea pigs. So it's hard to like find someone who's already qualified, and then if your neighbor is willing to do that for you, you kind of have to teach him what to do, right?
Yeah.
You have to tell him about the like daily vegetables, like water, and they also have to deal with like cleaning the cage, spot cleaning, so on and so forth. So
did you have to teach Sean that?
well, no, I mean, I didn't have to teach Sean because when we were back in California, we used to live together.
Oh, okay.
But even before that, when I used to go to school in Chicago, I had to ask my student friends to take care of the guinea pigs while I'm away for a couple of days, and I had to teach her spot cleaning, changing hay, and making sure hay's there, and stuff like everything. So it worked out, but still, I wasn't super assured, so I had to get a pet cam to make sure if there's something wrong with the guinea pigs, I'll call her and say, hey, can you check up on Peanut or something like that.
Yeah.
So so that's that. But still, if you're traveling, it's better to leave guinea pigs at home if there's someone to take care of them. Yeah. Because guinea pigs get especially stressed out. Sometimes you don't have any choice, or maybe you're moving long distance. Then you have to travel with guinea pigs. Then things get a little bit more complicated. And one of the reasons being guinea pigs are super sensitive to sounds and any movement.
Yeah.
So when they're in the carrier, putting into the car, car's temperature is always not the ideal. So you have to make sure that inside the car temperature is ideal for guinea pigs, which is somewhere around 65 to 75. It's okay to go a little bit above 75, but usually on the downside, you shouldn't go under 65. Also the vibration, you'll be able to observe that they are kind of stressed.
Yeah.
Because car is constantly moving and they're shifting, so they're very stressed. But I think they get used to it too, if you travel often.
Would you say though that it'd be safer traveling with through car than airplane if you had to?
If you can take care of the guinea pig really well during the car travel, I would say car is safer.
Yeah.
because you can kind of easily check up on them every hour or two, and then can give them whatever they want. But
So I heard that some airlines don't let you take some of your pets like with you.
no, they don't. So you have to make sure. So you can never put guinea pigs in cargo. They're not gonna survive, right?
Yeah.
So you have to go get an airline that allows you to carry them with you, and then even if they allow you to do that, they're not gonna let you take them out or anything.
Yeah.
You will always have to have them under the seat in front of you, right?
Yeah.
So best you can do is kind of see them and then kind of talk to them, and that's literally the best thing you can do. As a guinea pig parent who travel with car and airplane, I think airplane is still less stressful for me.
Yeah.
Just because it doesn't last as long. I'm still not sure. Like to this day, I'm not too comfortable going on an airplane with my guinea pigs again, because like when you have guinea pig with you, I become like super sensitive, because I'm always like, oh my god, like I never realized the airplane cabin was this loud from the airplane engine.
Yeah.
And then like you see like people like driving cart alongside next to you, and then oh my god, I didn't know that cart was so loud until now. Like,
yeah, you're just like imagining how they hear it. They're probably
right.
on edge with all the new sounds and then
right.
people.
And like if you are traveling with car and then if you have someone with you, they can always sit in the back with the guinea pigs, so they can always talk to them.
Yeah, and you can make stops and stuff too, check on them and feed them.
Right. If you had a choice, I would definitely traveling car over in an airplane.
Yeah.
Under an
Because you can
assumption.
control like the temperature too, because especially I feel like that's something you have to take into consideration when you're traveling. With any pets really, but like with guinea pigs especially, like take precaution over like the weather. And it's like, I mean, if you're in the car and if it's a hot day, you can turn on the AC, and then vice versa, you can make it warmer. On the airplane, you can't really control that.
When I was on the airplane and when you're up on the high altitude, like airplane typically gets colder, right?
Yeah.
So I was like kind of worried, so I had to kind of take out the blanket, kind of cover the carrier just to maybe help them a little. But but there isn't much more than that you can do.
It's pretty shaky too, huh? Like
Oh,
on an
yeah.
airplane.
Yeah, it's very shaky. Like there's obviously constant vibration. Even I would say more than car, right? I mean, cars have vibrations too, but
Yeah.
airplanes it's more. And then, in case you go through a turbulence, then that's much more crazy. Oh, and car, you can control speed too.
Yeah, you can
Right.
drive slow.
Yeah, and then you can control how you drive too.
Yeah, drive more like cautiously.
Right. In case someone does decide to go on an airplane, you guys have to go through a security, but obviously you can't put the guinea pig through X-ray, right? So what they're gonna do is they're less worried about the guinea pig, but they're more worried about you hiding a drug in the like guinea pig carrier or something. So what they do is they are going to lead you into a room, like security room completely enclosed, and then there will be 2 security officers there, one guarding the door and then one searching.
Wait, really?
Yeah, really.
That's so serious for just searching like.
Yeah, and then they'll probably make fun of you, saying that like this is the first time someone's bringing a guinea pig to an airplane, because it probably is their first time.
That happened to you, huh?
Yeah, and then like so one person is going to go through it and then do all the swabs to make sure there is no like dangerous whatever, and then like they'll just let you go. But here's the thing: whenever you're traveling, giving water is very difficult. Right? Because giving water, you usually have it in the bottle, but if you hold it, there's a limit to how long you can hold it.
Yeah.
So how you supply water to guinea pig during the travel is through vegetable. Right? So make sure you have like a couple cucumbers or red leaf lettuce, green leaf lettuce in there, like something with higher water content, right? And then while they're eating those, they will have enough water to have during the travel.
I didn't think about that, but that makes sense.
If you are traveling like, let's say super long distance, like 12 hours drive, right?
Yeah.
Then, you obviously want to make frequent stops to give them water, food, and whatever. Right?
Do you think that they make cages where you can like travel cages where you can put like water bottle
you can always put it, right? Because you can do DIY or there are cages like that, but it's never gonna work because bottles work by guinea pig pushing onto that ball, right? But when things are constantly moving, that ball is constantly moving. So by the time you stop the car, it's gonna be completely empty, and then all of your bedding is gonna be wet. Obviously, it's best to have someone else with you, right? So they can keep their eyes on the guinea pig. But if you're driving, I know you're worried, but try to don't look at them, right? When you're driving, look at the road.
You're like,
right? I mean, I was like, this is kind of serious because I was kind of torn too. I know I have to focus on the road, but I'm like super worried, right? But don't look at the guinea pig all the time. I mean, don't look at the guinea pig. Just focus on the road and just if you're that worried, just
pull over.
Stop more often.
Yeah.
That's the best way to go.
I can just imagine you driving like you're not even looking at the road without even looking. Yeah, don't do that. I feel like that's pretty much common sense, but maybe some people will do that. There's some crazy drivers.
I mean, a lot of people, they don't even look at the road normally. They just look at their phone.
I know somebody that like they scare me when they drive because like whenever I go driving with them, they'll like drive with their knee and they'll be like texting. I'm like, dude, like my life doesn't matter to you. Anyways, yeah, people are crazy drivers, so just pay attention to the road at all times.
I'm not sure what kind of driver you are, but when you're driving and then when you have a friend next to you, how do you talk to them?
I just keep looking straight when I talk to them.
Right? I mean, that's what I do too. That's kind of my style. But some of your friends, I'm sure you realize, but they'll look at you. No, dude, just look at the road. You don't have to look at me. I know you're talking to me.
No, I've gotten really cautious over the years. When I first got my license, I was kind of reckless a little bit, but I've calmed down like a lot. So when I drive,
did you get into accidents before?
I've never gone to an accident before.
Oh, okay.
I've gotten one ticket, but it wasn't like a pullover ticket. It was like when you those cameras when you're like turning like on the street light. I was going to school when I was in college. I was turning on a yellow light and then I turned red as soon as I turned and I saw like the flash. And I kind of just like forgot about they won't get me. But then I got like a ticket like probably like 2 or 3 weeks later, and it was so expensive.
Yeah, those are expensive.
They're really expensive. Yeah. So now, like as soon as I see yellow, I just start slow. I'll even stop sometimes. I'm like, I'm not even gonna do that. I get PTSD. Right. So.
Actually, one of the customers recently contacted me asking if she's trying to do a long distance travel, and with car, and she couldn't find. She was asking me about whether I know a hotel that allows guinea pigs, right? But I mean, I don't know every hotel, but when I was doing long distance travel, I think Ramada Hotel, they just allow guinea pigs with like no extra fees as long as you keep them in the cage. And there are some other hotels that allow them, but you just have to talk to the manager, and that manager will say either yes or no. And a lot of them will say yes as long as you tell them it's caged, it's never going to touch the carpet, whatever. And actually, out of the hotels that I called, a lot of them actually waive the pet fee too, right? But at the end of the day, if you have to pay, then you pay, right? But,
you do what you can.
Yeah, that seems like everything that we wanted to talk about today. I hope that was, some of the stories were entertaining, and I hope it was somewhat educational. At the end of the day, our goal is we just want you to learn just one thing at the end of the podcast, right? So, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We will see you guys next week then. Yeah. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.